Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show. This is Saturday morning, 9:43. Had to go to the doctor with my kid. Everything seems okay. Possible swollen lymph node. We'll go from there. God bless everybody. Hope you're doing well in this beautiful world and having a good day. We're going to break down Bitcoin like we do every single day without a day off. I remember when I was traveling and I thought maybe the stream wasn't going to go. Maybe I was going to lose the streak, and it's like I threw caution to the wind every time I travel. I never knew exactly what was going to happen, but I put faith that God would keep the stream alive, that I would keep the stream alive, and everything ended up working out pretty amazingly well. So let's take a look at BTC. Let's break it down for each and every one of you. Let's get that chat popped out. Let's see what's happening here in the chat and have some fun. God bless everybody on the live. Thank you for being here and sharing your most precious asset, which is your time. Let's take a look at these charts. Bitty Bitcoin. Shout out to James Wynn. He's been giving me a lot of love lately. Shout out to James Wynn. Appreciate it. I did another Spaces with James Wynn last night. One of the best, he gets a bad rap, shilling this and that. But so you jump into the Spaces, you're not sure. Ends up being one of the greatest Spaces I was ever in. I'm just, getting to know James. And, everyone has a vision of who us online people are. And someone says one thing, and then someone says another thing, and then next thing you know, there's just this idea of who you are, and nobody knows who you even are. And I think that's happened to James a bit. And God bless him, man. And he's been good to me. So, hey, a lot of people have been good to me in the space, too. And so it is what it is. And I tend to know almost everybody in the space, man. From Andrew Tate's brother to James Wynn. I knew all the insiders. My buddy, Crypto Face. And you name it, man. Jason Casper. God bless you all, man. Everybody in the stream and everybody that shows love. All right, let's take a look at BTC and see what's happening to Bitcoin. All right, one key wallet. There's right now 120,000 Bitcoin wallets at risk with this vulnerability. It's a known bug in the Libitcoin Explorer 3x library. Over 120,000 Bitcoin wallets globally can be hacked. A weak random number generator principle makes it easy for potential malefactors to guess seed phrases. But it says one key is safe. I don't know if this was probably an article created by One Key, paid for by One Key, if you think about it, because they're the only ones that come out and say that they're safe. A lot of that stuff is always an ad. I just want you to know. I mean, everything you read is an ad. Everything you read is a conjured up ad. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, right? Right now, Google's advertising with me, right? I'm an advertising, right? It's nothing. If you pull everything down, everything is an advertisement. Everything. You know what I mean? So just remember that whenever you're doing stuff. So we're watching this flag here on the 7-minute time frame. Bitcoin's been getting sideways, and getting tighter and tighter. Shout out to that Blues guy. Shout out to everybody out here. Stay amazing. Today I'm going to go to one of my favorite beaches in the whole world. Have a blast. Catch me at Anna Marie Island. If you're out there, come on in, say hi. Hit the beach. Go over to Anna Marie Island today. Walk the beach till you find me. God bless everybody. I love you. I appreciate you all, and I hope you're having a wonderful time. Get free ticket B&B now. I don't know what you're saying, but we'll talk about it. So let's do our top-down analysis for BTC. Let's take a look at the monthly all the way back down. Let's see if there's anything different that my subconscious mind can see. And let's take it one step, one level at a time. So a lot of people are calling for 84.75, 92,000, right? We're getting a lot of calls for $94,000 BTC. What I'll tell you is as long as we don't close a monthly candle below 102, that's not going to happen, right? Like, no matter what anyone tells you, we have to close a monthly candle below resistance, right? Or below support. Resistance right there became support. We bounced off of it already. We have yet to do that. This could still technically be a bull flag on the monthly. It could go 2 more months of sideways price action, up next month, down the next, like up November, down December. And then it could start to plow out at the beginning of the year, just like 2023 started. And this thing could bull flag its way up to 156,000 by May. Have they go away and sell them a pushback, right? We dump all the way back down to the 618 golden pocket at 104,000. We test 100,000 one more time, which would make sense. Should test 100K like for about 8 or 9 months back and forth to make it real strong. And then that's when we probably never go back below it again and lift off. But, only time will tell. The rate hike is coming. We know they're going to cut the rate on the CME watch tool. It's super obvious they're going to cut that rate. About a 96.7% last time I took a look at it. I don't know exactly, but that's what I was looking at. Oh yeah, one of my lights didn't go on. There we go. I'd say that's why I had that dark spot right there. Anyway, 99% they're going to cut the rate now. 99%. So there's no, I guess it's a nothing burger. In 11 days, we'll get the rate cut, and we'll go from there. We could dump before that so we could pump into it. Anyway, it's all speculation. But as I'm telling you, as long as we stay above 102,000 on the monthly, we're still in we could still be in a beautiful bull flag here. So because I don't get overly bearish, and because I don't get overly bullish, I'm able to kind of figure out what's likely going to happen, right? And we do this all the time together. And I could be, I'm not always perfect, but I could be a pretty good resource over time. If you look at all the calls I've made and all the ups and downs, I think I'm a pretty good resource over time. Meaning, if you just listened to me in the last few years, you would have been pretty good set up. You would have been set up pretty nicely. You would have taken most of the biggest calls. You would have rode basically almost every big wave we've taken since the bottom. And even that was my call there when we crossed the 200 moving average there. I mean, it was over. Anyway, so I see the weekly as a bearish retest, right? That's a bearish retest. You fell out the pattern, you tried to get back inside, and you bearishly retested it. That would tell you you're going to head down, right, to at least to test here at 99, and then possibly down here to test 92, 85, and then to the beginning, right? So once you breach a falling wedge, a rising wedge, it's likely that you're going to head all the way to the bottom of it. That says we could head to $78,000. So we could see an 80K Bitcoin. It's possible. All right. Sam's cooking on the weekends when everyone else is on the snooze button. Yeah, you know how much money we've made on the weekends when everyone else takes the day off? I don't take days off. I love it. I love pushing myself 7 days a week. It doesn't end. This is it. I don't see any other way to live, right? Your 19K Bitcoin was legendary, sir. I know, right? To this day, man. How about my $84,000 BTC that I bought in front of the world, right? Anyway, it's not about me. It's about you. I represent you. I'm you. I was the guy just like you who hit a link online one day and wanted to change my life. I joined a trading group. I dedicated myself to something bigger than myself, and I became the crypto lifer. You too can become the crypto lifer. You too are already a crypto lifer. Yeah, you're teaching us that talent is nothing without dedication and discipline, and dedication and discipline is a talent in and of itself. I love that you said that because it really is. People say, how are you where you're at? How does money flow to you like the salmon of Capistrano? But how does that happen? How do you open your mind every day? It flows. Thousands of dollars just coming right to you. It's because of an abundance mindset. It's working super hard and believing that you deserve it too. A lot of people don't realize how much their mentality has to do with where they are in life. Anyway, so the weekly looks bearish to me. For me, it has to get back above 115.5. If we close a weekly candle back above 115.5, then, oh my gosh, I'll turn into a perma bull. You know what I mean? It will be great. So that's just the one thing I'm looking at. All right. 18K was cool. With a 19K buy and peak fear was truly legendary. I love you, man. Thank you. Someone said they grabbed some Aster, the salmon of Sarasota. You're funny. The go to Sarasota. The go to Sarasota. That's me. The go to Sarasota over here. With hard, consistent work and perseverance, it'll come to you. Exactly. If you just work hard and stay disciplined, you will become the richest person you'll be the highest paid in your industry. If you're a car salesman, you'll be the highest paid. If you own a burger joint, you'll have the best burger joint. If you own pizza shops, you'll open more pizza shops and take over all the industry. I don't care what you do. If you work as hard as me and as consistent, and it's not even about working hard. It's about working consistent. It's about I could work 2 hours a day for 7 days straight and still be more productive than a guy that works 8 hours a day every single one of those days because he's not in a system mode. He's not in a mode. He's not connecting to what he did the day before. You have to use momentum. I could teach you momentum, man. Momentum's amazing. And momentum really propels you further to the upside. Hello. Come here. Come here. Come here, little Calvin Klein jeans. Come here, little boo-boo. Hello. Funny, huh? Oh, man, I got kids all around me, man. I want more kids. My wife actually asked me, seriously, do you want another? I said, why not? Let's go, man. You know, why not? 5, 10, 20, 30. Let's rip it. But let's take a look at that 5-day chart, starting to try to at least a little bit of a green, right? Every time we see some green with a tweezer bottom, there's a chance. So you're telling me there's a chance, right? 3-day chart looks horrible. No real faith that that's going to, do anything crazy, but continue to dump to the 200 moving average. You have some beautiful support here at 100,006 or 101,000 right there. I mean, you wicked to 102. That was monthly support that you bounced off of there. And then here we are on the daily, getting our first green candle in a while. We had one this was green, but it ended up, I traded that and they dipped me down. This could be a tweezer bottom. Right here could be the absolute bottom. I'm long right now. I just want to make it clear. I took a long on KKEX, and I'm up 137. I've been up like 280 or 300 at one point. And I got in somewhere around here in this flag there. And we just been like doing our thing sideways the whole time. I'm going to break that down in a second. So I got a long cooking here on KKEX. All right. And a $50,000 long, I plan to add to it if we get above the 200 moving average on the daily. There you go. Nice way to maneuver out of there. So again, but now the daily's got the wick down. It seems like it got rejected by the 200 moving average. So I don't know. Right now, I remain bearish unless this candle can close above this yellow line. The daily closes above the 200 moving average, everything changes. And I know you're back. How do you? Yeah, I'm a bull over here. I'm a bear over there. It's crazy. I can flip bullish or bearish in literally an hour if that's what happens. You see? If that's kind of what's going to go on. This, to me, too, looks kind of more like it's setting up for a bit of a bear flag on the 8-hour time frame. And that would send us further down to about $99,000. I'll get BOOKMAP up and loaded for you. So what I did is I stashed about $140,000 in capital. I'm going to slowly DCA that into BTC from here all the way to 70,000. So I'm set. I'm ready to go. I know exactly what I want to do. I want to accumulate Bitcoin as it dumps. If it doesn't dump, I'll be pretty disappointed. I really will. I'll be pretty sad. Because I got a little sad. When Bitcoin got to 120,000, I looked at my life and I looked at how much money I had and I said, damn, like I can only buy so much Bitcoin unless I go all in on everything again and go back into the heavy. I don't want to live that way anymore. I want to own at least a home here and there and have some things. But I guess I could have owned nothing and only owned Bitcoin and been way better off in the future. That was my plan. But the thing is, I did that already. And I lived that life. I did the sacrifice. I lived with nothing for 10 years. I stayed in a one-bedroom apartment. I wore the same clothes. I didn't care what anyone thought. And I stashed my BTC while everyone else was buying watches and letting everybody know how fresh they were. I didn't care. My dad taught me the lessons of life. My dad never cared what anyone thought about his cars. My dad had an old car beat up while he went on steak dinners and I went in and I had a beautiful, I had a sailing camper. My dad spent his money on me. Hockey camp, sailing camp. I was treated well. I never want to say I was middle class, but my dad cared about his kids, man. My dad put his money on his kids' experiences. That's where my dad spent most of his money. Not on cars, not on trips. Not even, he wasn't the biggest investor. He could have maybe invested. I'm a serial investor. Like, my kids will go without for months because I have to buy Bitcoin. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, you can't get that. I have to buy Bitcoin. You can't have anything. We have to buy Bitcoin. We can't afford anything. We can only afford Bitcoin. But again, I was a stickler. I read a bunch of books about investing. I studied billionaires and billionaires. I said they were obsessed about stacking. I took so much of my paycheck and saved it. When people save 10%, I was saving 50, 60, 70%. There was months I saved 80 to 90% of my entire paycheck. I worked overtime, got more money, stashed more money. Man, I was hungry for stashing BTC when everyone else was bugging out back in the $1,000, the $2,000, the $3,000 level. And just because it's bigger now doesn't mean you can't still stash. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't think I say and do should be taken as such. I'm just someone that turned a small amount into millions of dollars and became a self-made millionaire on my own. But, don't listen to me. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm just like, I'm really bad with money. I'm just so bad at it. So anyway, and again, an investor is someone that just has lost more than you, but just decided not to keep going. I've lost so much money. Traders are losers, man. I like it. Someone said the other day, I only need to have a 30% win rate. So I could be a loser, man. I could be a 70% loser. I can lose most of my trades and still become a multi-millionaire, you see? I don't have to win all my trades. I don't have to be the best. I can lose most of my trades. Understand that? I do a pretty good job. There's sometimes when we get into chop. But, I can lose most of my trades and still become a multi-millionaire. Isn't that crazy? Let that sink in. And a lot of people don't think about that either. I'm on one today. Today's a great show. If you're here today, you're lucky. So the 8 hour looking a bit bear flaggy to me. I don't know about to you, but to me, it looks a little bearish. The 8 hours got to get back above 108,000 to remain bullish. The 4 hour also to me looks like it's making a bear flag. That will likely continue lower. You're below the 200. You're about to touch the 21-day moving average. Interesting, right? And then here we are with the 1 hour that also, you could say, okay, this is a little bull flag for the 1 hour. So this is the Hail Mary. It's the, again, all the other time frames look pretty bearish except for the 1 hour time frame. The 1 hour has some glimmer of hope. But here's the deal. The 15-minute has to get back above the 200 moving average today. Right now, it looks like we're going to get sunned. So there's two likely scenarios that happen today. People pile on the short. They spike it up right here. They get all the shorts out, and then we dump to the downside on the flag. You see? We pile up here, and we make a flag. At that point, if we flag above the 15-minute with the 21, that would be your entry. You see? The safest entry, based on years of probability, is a move above the 200 on the 15. You make a bull flag and touch the 21. You ride this high volume node from 108.6 up to 111,000, 111,003, 400. That's the trade that's the long. That's the most that's the lowest risk long you could take today. But, be prepared for this move or for an extension and a move down. So if the 15-minute can't break above this, we're going to be in some serious dumpage. If the 15-minute breaks above this, it could technically be the bottom. We're teetering on a possible bottom here, but it's very close. It's very close. What do you think, babe? Did we bottom out all the way to the upside now, or are we going for more? 96,000? Are we going to 95, 87,000? Come on, you look really pretty. Just come say hi to the boys. You look beautiful. Come on over. Come on over. Come on over. Come on into the stream, honey. You got baby blue on. It's my favorite color. Come on and just say something. For the group, you're not going to talk about Bitcoin? For the brand? For the brand? For the brand? You're not about the brand? You're not a crypto lifer? You're not all the way for the brand, babe? My goodness. She won't even talk for the brand. You know what I mean? Oh, my gosh. Anyway, BOOKMAP suggests that we do go lower. They like us to test 102,000. That might be the bottom. You know what I mean? That might be it. You never know. I feel like we're definitely getting closer and closer each time. And the fear is just insane. At 23 is where I buy more BTC. I mean, it makes me want to buy a whole one, honestly, to prove to you guys that, when the fear is that low, price action that's just the best place to jump into BTC. Anyway, follow me at CryptoLifer33 on Twitter. I greatly appreciate it. I'm here every single day. Watch this 15-minute. We must break above the 200 moving average. The first move would take us to about 109.8. But I am looking like it's looking bear flaggy on the 4 hour and the 8 hour time frame. So these small time frames have to bust through the 200 here on the 15-minute. If not, we're going to roll over. We're about to find out in the next hour or two what's about to happen to BTC. And right now, it looks more like a rollover than anything else. So I got my long open, but I have a stop loss. And we'll go from there. Everyone, I love you. That's my update for BTC. I would stay off of altcoins right now. They're all waiting to see what Bitcoin does. There's a few that are going to pump here and there. And you're going to make but there's like 5 or 6 you're going to miss. Don't let that make you think that's the whole market, because it's not. I'll be nice enough to show you kind of what is possibly trending today on token metrics, which nobody would do for you. This costs a lot of money. Pengu, Pump, YB in BTC, right? And then you got stuff that I've given to the group already. They already know all about all these coins, so you would have known about them too had you been in the Discord. Let me just take a look at one thing. That team, AVAIL, it keeps coming up. And they were the old team from Matic. And again, I mean, look, it's a bear. It's funny. It's dumped on the daily just like everything else. Wow, like a lot of this stuff has just gone to bottoms. And if you look, everything's waiting to get above the 15-minute 200, just like Bitcoin. Just got rejected. And this looks more like a bear flag, right? So I'd be careful trading altcoins. If I missed the pump today, so be it. I think it's just too high risk, in my humble opinion. But you do whatever makes you happy. Right now, it's looking like we may get rejected by that 200. Look for the 3-minute to lose the 200 moving average. The 5-minute right now teetering on the 200 moving average. The 5-minute could lose the 200 any second now. See? So this is where we stand. All right, and I can't tell you what's going to happen. I can take a shot, and we go from there. I'll be back tonight to break down and see where we're at. I love you. I appreciate you. And I'll catch you all tonight at 8 p.m. God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. I'm going to Anna Marie Island with the family. I'll see you on Anna Marie. God bless you all. Have a great day. Stay fresh. Stay amazing. Stay squared up.